Hello, and a warm greeting to everyone who's joining us from around the world. My name is Gary Kendall. I'm a minister in the Dolphin Star Temple, and it's my honor today to offer a meditation that's part of the series offered by the Dolphin Star Temple. And this is a special occasion for us today, because our meditation is celebrating the solstice. And of course, this is the winter solstice in the northern latitudes, and it's the summer solstice in the southern latitudes. And this is a time for us to stop and give honor to the earth and to recognize the importance of our relationship to the earth. Now, there are some strong differences between the solstices in the north and the south. In the north, of course, this is the time at which we receive the least sunlight, and it's the time then at which there's the least energy available for the growth of the world around us, for the growth of the plants and support of all living things. It is a time then when we often dig into the reserves of what we have stored away. And amazingly, too, it's a time when we celebrate giving and receiving from others. It is a particular time of community and sharing within community. And the summer solstice in the southern latitudes, we're celebrating a time of plenty. It's the time of the most sunlight and the height of growth in the natural world. It's a time of plenty, and we relax and take time then to replenish ourselves and to prepare ourselves for the months ahead. But bridging these differences between the northern and southern hemispheres, there's the understanding that this is a time to pay homage to our relationship with the earth, to honor the earth, and to recognize just how intimately our lives are woven together with the cycles of the earth. Today, we honor the traditions established by our ancestors, who used this day to honor their relationship with the earth. And today, we have a special theme, a theme of remembering why we are here and what is truly important for us in our spiritual evolution. Let us not forget what is truly important, what is the big story of our lives, our spiritual development, and our evolution to higher consciousness. This season, solstice arrives in the midst of stressful events that surround us and threaten to draw our attention away from the deeper spiritual meaning of our life. We are surrounded by news of war and tragedy and trauma. And what is the underlying message of this news? It urges us to take on this trauma as our own. Our media, especially our news media, practice the art of creating urgency and anxiety that pulls us deeper into the world of separation, a world that has lost all anchoring in the wisdom of the earth. So let us today set space around ourselves in a way that reaffirms our connection to the earth and our goal of living a spiritual life in alignment with the oneness of all. And we will do this work today in alignment with the core principles of the Dolphin Star Temple, as articulated by our founder, Maura Kuan Yin. The first principle being that our purpose here is to evolve in alignment with oneness. That oneness is the guiding principle that helps us to evolve past separations and past dualities into the core oneness of one divine light behind everything that is. We ask that all alignment that takes place, all evolution that takes place, brings us closer to this principle of oneness. And another principle is that every human being is divine light and love, whose nature is goodness. And it's in alignment with divine light and love, the light and love that we carry within ourselves, that we seek to recognize that light and love in every other person, to see our commonality, to see our linkage together in oneness. And it's not just human beings, because the other principle that follows is that the earth and all natural existence is sacred. The earth and all natural existence is sacred. The earth and all natural existence also has a consciousness like our own, evolving and changing over time. And while I think that Amora Kuan Yin, our founder, didn't speak to her relationship with the earth as eloquently as she spoke about many other things, I know that how she lived was very conscious of the earth and very much in awareness of the consciousness that surrounded her. And is a special, principle of the Dolphin Star Temple. We also affirm that free will and self-sovereignty are absolute universal rights, that every person is striving to be in alignment with their divine true selves. So we know too then that holding on to our wisdom is not simply a passive activity. It can't be just holding beliefs, but we have to commit our beliefs into action. We tell our bodies to adhere to wisdom when we perform ceremonies in alignment with the traditions of wisdom. We tell our minds when we meditate and give shape to our mind's thoughts that we are moving into alignment. We shape the power of our hearts when we engage ourselves deeply and sincerely in prayer and well-being. And let us not forget that we are creator beings, that we are affecting the energy around us, that we are in communication with the consciousness around us. And our thoughts give shape to energy. Our intentions intensify the creation of shapes and energy. And that we must be always responsible for the fact that we are creating, always creating. Even if we think we're in passivity, we're in essence creating passive energy. Let us work then together, always to create something better. So the thing I would like to invite us to do to start off is to set space. And setting space accomplishes a lot of things, and it has a lot of different meanings to people. But the way I want to use setting space today is first, to set space in a way that helps us in blending ourselves and blending our lives with the earth. And the other thing is that, especially given the world that we're living in and the pressures that are all around us coming from the collective consciousness, to, in essence, move ourselves away from our spiritual center, to distract us from the spiritual significance of our lives. We use space setting as a way of creating a controlled bubble around ourselves, a bubble of energy that we control, that we set. So our purpose here today in setting space is to create a space around us that is our space, that we fill with the things that are important to us, that we fill with the images and the understanding of the world that we want to be holding in our everyday life. Also, of course, setting space is a way of creating a bubble that's safe for us, a space that's pure and protects us from external influences. So setting space is a long tradition done in a lot of different ways. Another way of thinking about it is to say that setting space is, in essence, building up the energy of your cosmology so that within this bubble that we're going to be creating, we're filling it with our world as we understand it, our world as we connect to all the important elements in our world, if that makes sense. It's our cosmology, what is important to us. So I'm going to invite us to do this now. And one thing more I want to say about it is that, as creator beings, setting space isn't just an idea. When we're setting space, we're also literally affecting the energies in the unseen world. When we ask to create this bubble of energy around ourselves, by our commitment, by our intent, we are in fact creating that in the unseen world, mostly the fourth dimensional world. But we're creator beings, and our creative capacity is in the unseen world. Maybe I can't manifest and create an ice cream cone when I'm hungry for an ice cream cone, but I can create and manifest the ways in which I understand that I feel and experience the world. And of course, human beings are constantly manifesting the world around themselves. And it's because so many people in our collective consciousness are manifesting a world of war and trauma that we want as individuals now to manifest something different, that we hold it within ourselves, hold the space that's our space, and make this a sacred space for our lives. So, if you would please relax, sit back, and maybe you'd like to close your eyes. So what I would like you to do is to, think about the various steps as I introduce them. Maybe repeat them to yourself so that you are giving your energy and your intent to the creation of this space. It's not me who's going to create it, it's you. And it's really important that you are the authors of this process. And I just give you the script. Yes? Okay. So, sitting calm and focused, I ask you now to say to yourself that I ask for a sphere of oneness to be placed around me. Ask for a sphere of oneness to be placed all around you, containing your physical body, containing your etheric and spiritual bodies. A sphere of oneness. And use your imagination to visualize that sphere. The more that you invest in it, the more clearly you see it, the more clearly it's manifested in the unseen world, that you are contained within a sphere. And we ask for a sphere of oneness because asking for a sphere of oneness means that everything we do from this point forward, bringing energies inside of that sphere and surrounding ourselves, everything is predetermined and predestined to try to move into alignment with the divine truth of oneness, the oneness of all things. And so by asking for a sphere of oneness, we've already biased this process toward moving away from duality, from moving away from confrontation, moving away from all of the differences that separate people. We're asking to move into the oneness which is based in the divine truth that everything is manifested from one divine light. And let's create now the ground for ourselves within this sphere, and the ground for ourselves and our life is the earth. And ask now that you be brought into communion with the energies and consciousness of the earth. Ask for communion with the energies and consciousness of the earth, that we bring these energies into our sphere as a grounding for everything that happens in our lives. And maybe you want to imagine an image of the earth. And I invite you to think of the earth not as a solid object, but think of the earth as a ball of energy. A ball of energy that is almost liquid, that you can enter, that is moving with currents. That's the energy of the earth. A ball of energy, moving and dynamic. And that is our earth. That is our earth, with its own character, with its own personality, with its own qualities, the dynamic, creative earth. And now, into this space, which is our sphere of oneness, in which we've invited the energies of the earth, let's also invite now the presence of the masters of earth consciousness. Ask for the presence of the masters of earth consciousness. And we ask for the masters of earth consciousness from across all the species of the earth. From across all the species of the earth. So we are asking for the presence of those masters of earth consciousness from among the human race, the two-leggeds. But we're also asking for the masters of earth consciousness from the other kingdoms of the earth. For instance, from the kingdom of the four-legged, the mammals, and all the great animals of the earth. We ask for the masters of earth consciousness, those beings who've learned how to live in alignment and harmony with the earth. And we also ask for the presence of the masters of earth consciousness from among those beings who swim in the waters, in the oceans and streams. And think of the dolphins and the whales as among these masters of earth consciousness, beings who know how to live on the earth in a harmonious way. And we ask for the presence, too, of the masters of earth consciousness who fly in the skies. Think of the eagles, the condors, the great birds of the earth, the ones who are in themselves masters of earth consciousness. And we ask for the masters of earth consciousness, who are sometimes described as the creepy crawlers, all those from the insect realm. And we ask for the presence of those masters of earth consciousness from among the plant kingdom, from the trees to the funguses that grow in the ground. All of these beings who have learned to live in harmony with the ways of the earth, living in harmony with the wisdom of the earth. And so let's also ask then for other presences within our sphere, ones particularly well connected to the earth and connected to the tradition of the Dolphin Star Temple. Let's ask for the presence of the high-dimensional healers, teachers, and guides who live in the City of Light at Mount Shasta. Those healers, teachers, and guides from the City of Light at Mount Shasta. Those beings of the higher dimensions who hold the wisdom of the spiritual path. Let's ask too then for the presence of the angelic ones who are inhabiting the earth and walking alongside of us. It's from the angelic realms that many of our greatest guides and helpers come, the healers who know the ways of the high dimensions. We ask for the presence of the angelic ones to be with us in the space of our sphere of oneness. Now to talk to the ones who are the bridges between us and our cosmic identity. We are certainly children of the earth, but we are also children of the cosmos. And let's invite in now the presence of those high-dimensional healers, teachers, and guides who are present in the Milky Way. That's our local neighborhood, present in the Milky Way. The healers, teachers, and guides from across the Milky Way who can give us advice and help to guide us in our lives. Let's also invite in the presence of those beings from the most highly evolved worlds, because there are worlds across the cosmos where the beings have evolved into a non-physical state, and they are very close to being in a perfect alignment with oneness. So let us ask for the presence of those beings from the most highly evolved worlds to help guide us and give us advice. And let us now invite in the presence of those beings who are present in each galaxy throughout all of the cosmos. Those beings who are the guardians and keepers of the stargates at the center of each and every galaxy. We ask for connection to the collective that is the keepers of the stargates. And we ask them to remind us that we are children of the cosmos just as we are children of the earth. This is our nature, to be walking on the earth and be in awareness and the consciousness of the cosmos as a whole, in alignment with the knowledge and the understanding that we hold in our higher selves. Now open your eyes. So now that we've created this special space around ourselves, a space that's filled with the kind of spiritual energies we want to have as part of our life, let's then honor the solstice by recommitting ourselves to our aspiration to live a spiritual life, in alignment with the wisdom of the earth. And I'd like to read a quote from Amor Kuan Yin and see if this is something that would help us in our understanding. Amor Kuan Yin has said, "To be a true living master, you must first master yourself." And of course, we're creating the energy around ourselves, as a step of our own kind of personal mastery. And she also says that A great turning point is when you make a permanent commitment to living in impeccability. This means that you will always choose to do what you know is right, regardless of fear, pain, attachment, or anything else. You simply know in a deep and quiet place inside what is right, and you choose to do it. These are decisions we make for ourselves to bring our life into alignment with the inner guidance that comes from our divine true selves. It comes from our higher selves. But let us also not forget that when we are healing ourselves, we're also bringing healing to the world. So when we assert, the primacy of holding this special space around ourselves, we are also broadcasting a message to the world around us. And whether that message is picked up in a clearly 3D sense, or whether it's psychically picked up, that message goes out into the collective consciousness and adds a little something different to what's there. We would like to reinvent, to recompose the collective consciousness in a way that moves humanity away from the war and suffering and trauma that we're experiencing all around us now. And let us not forget that we are creator beings, that we manipulate energies, that we create the energies with which we surround ourselves. And in fact, in the most literal way possible, we create our world. We are the creators of our world. We create in the unseen world, which is the world in which we experience our environment and experience ourselves. And this gives shape to how we live in the concrete third-dimensional world. We have created our past, we are creating our present, and we have the power to create our future. We can make that decision, and we make it individually, each one of us, and how we live our lives and what energies we surround ourselves with. And then by our decisions, we have a chance to redirect and affect the consciousness of the whole of humanity, and thereafter the consciousness surrounding the entire earth. So let us envision now the world that we would like to live in. Let us envision what the earth could be, and let's give our power to that vision as creator beings. So I invite you now again to sit comfortably, to close your eyes. But first, what I want to do is to invite you to imagine that in front of you, in the space in front of you, floating in that space, is an image of the earth. And maybe when you bring that up, what comes up is an image of the earth as it is right now. The image of the earth that we're living in, the way that we all feel about it, the way we feel about the state of living on earth right now. There is that earth, that is the earth that we're living in now. And what we're going to do is place our hands around that image. And we're going to give energy to the earth to help reconstruct the earth, to reconstitute the earth in alignment with what we want it to be. Let us not forget that we are creator beings. We are constantly creating the earth in the form of our influence in the unseen world. And it's by our influence in the unseen world that we can change and redirect the future of the earth to be in alignment with our highest aspirations for what life could be like. What could life be like on the earth? So, once again, now I invite you to close your eyes, to hold your hands around that image of the earth, and now to use your powers as a creator being to send into that image of the earth your intentions to shift that image toward the vision of the earth that you would like it to be. Reach into your heart to find that place within yourself of what you know the earth could be like, of what you know life could be like for humanity, to reach into your heart and send the energy of that vision out through your hands and into this image of the earth. And this image is the earth through the contact that you have psychically with the earth. And by sending this energy into that image, you're literally sending energy into the earth. You're sending energy into the earth to affect its consciousness. You're sending energy into the earth to affect the collective consciousness of humanity. So think now of the earth that you would like it to be, that in your heart craves for the earth to be. And feel for yourself what it would be like to be living on that earth, to be able to wake up in the morning and embrace it and say, that is the earth I am proud of. That is the earth I am happy to be a citizen of. Think about that feeling. Think about being on an earth where you're in psychic connection with all of the other living organisms on the earth. That all the living organisms of the earth are all contributing to a single consciousness of the earth as a living being, a being that is like a family of so many different kinds of consciousness blended together and working. And think of the earth then, not as a physical object, but as an object of energy, a ball of energy, dynamic, creative energy, spinning out so many possibilities, creating so many possibilities for life and how life can be lived. Think of the earth as a ball of energy, creative energy. And imagine now, wherever you are, wherever you're sitting, that you have a feeling that your body is not so much solid as it is itself. It's of a bundling of energy. And imagine that you can begin to drift down into that ball of energy we call the earth. That you can enter into the space of the energies of the earth, to drift down until you're completely surrounded from head to toe in the energies of the earth, that dynamic creative power that is the power of our home planet. And imagine that you sink down into the earth, just floating in a body of light to the core of the earth, to be in the core of the earth, to be here in communion with the earth, to be here in communion as part of the earth, and the earth as part of us. And when you're ready, say to yourself then that I am the earth. The earth is me. I am of the earth, and the earth is of me. I am the earth, and the earth is me. And we do this work today in honor of the solstice, in this moment of peculiar and special synchronicity with the earth, to give honor to the earth, to give love to the earth. And let us also receive unto ourselves the earth's love for us. For we are children of the earth. We are children of the earth, and the earth is like one of our parents. It is our earthly parent, Our body, our substance, the things of our life, everything is of the earth. Even as we're animated from our higher selves and cosmic knowledge and cosmic awareness, there is the beauty of our lives, being of the earth and the cosmos. So when you're ready, relax your hands and come back into awareness where you're sitting, to feel your body and hold on to the feeling of connection to the earth, the energy of the earth flowing through you, the creativity and power of the earth. So it is on this special day of the solstice now that we give thanks and love to the earth. Thanks and love for the opportunities that are given to us as children of the earth, walking the earth in the grace and beauty that is our birthright. And in the name of the Dolphin Star Temple, I wish you a very happy solstice and a very happy holiday season wherever you are. With love and light to everyone. Thank you so much for being with us. Bye-bye.